Hey everyone, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Travis Rusko. Welcome to my apartment. You've got a map on the wall of the world behind me, and in a few weeks, you're going to be coming out to the Teen Quest Ranch as short-term missionaries. You'll be going out into that world, into that mission field, to share the love of Christ. My wife Brittany and I are full-time missionaries at Teen Quest, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to share some final details about Mission Excursion Somerset. This is just going to be a pretty laid-back video. I don't have any special effects or anything for you today. But I do want to ask you, if you have a pen and paper, keep that nearby. If you need a pen and paper, maybe grab one. This isn't going to be like a class or anything like that, but I did want you to just jot down a couple small notes. Right now, the Teen Quest Ranch is just buzzing with activity and excitement as we're getting ready for you and for your leaders. And we're going to have 3 youth groups for this trip, and those groups are going to be Calvary United Methodist of Annapolis, Maryland. We've got Friendship United Methodist of Berlin, Maryland, and we have Capital Baptist from Annandale, Virginia. And they're all ready to descend on Somerset, Pennsylvania for a week of ministry at Mission Excursion Somerset. I want to let you guys know that we've been praying for you, and we've been praying for your leaders. And during Mission Excursion Somerset, you're going to get the opportunity to serve a family or to serve an individual right in our local community. And I want to take a moment to tell you about these people. And if you have that pen and paper ready, please go ahead and write down their names. I want you to write down each one of these individuals' names. I think it would be awesome if you take those names home with you, and if you join us in praying for them over the next few days leading up to this trip. The first person that I want to mention is Devon Coleman. Devon is he's at least 90, if not in his 90s. He lives with his son, and I've met him on a couple of occasions. He will belt out these old-fashioned hymns at random moments. You'll be in the middle of a conversation with him, and he'll just start singing as loud as he can. And he loves the Lord, and I think that's really the reason behind that. He was a farmer for most of his life, and he's remained pretty active, even in his old age. In fact, recently here, not sure how recently, but not too long ago, he actually fell off his riding mower and broke his neck. But it hasn't slowed him down at all. He's still walking. I really don't think it's slowed him in any way, shape, or form. He's full of life. He loves the Lord, and he's got a huge heart. And we know if your group gets the opportunity to serve him, that you're gonna fall in love with this guy really quickly. He's just wonderful. Another person that we're helping out will be Nancy Broadwater. Nancy's blind. As far as I know, she lives on her own. I may be incorrect in that, but I'm pretty sure she lives on her own. And we really think that Nancy's going to be just as excited, maybe even more excited, to simply have people in her home as she's going to be having them do projects for her. It really seems like it's pretty lonely for her, and she's just going to be blessed to have us there, to have us sharing the love of Christ with her. So again, if you're not writing down these names, please do go ahead and take a moment to write them down. The next person I wanted to mention is Mary Jane Nepper. Mary Jane's a lady that we've known out here at Teen Quest for many, many years. Her husband Cliff was struggling with diabetes and other massive health issues over the past several years. And last year, a group of students went and built a wheelchair ramp at the Nepper house because his diabetes had finally taken his leg. A few months ago, Cliff went home to be with the Lord, and Mary Jane, she doesn't have him in her life anymore, but she's blessed to have some of her family nearby. She's blessed to have the folks at Teen Quest nearby, and we're going back. We're going back to her house, and we're going to see what we can do to serve her, And we're looking forward to just standing alongside her and loving her as Christ would love her, and letting God work through us. So be praying for Mary Jane. The very last person that I wanted to mention is Mary Ann Sobian. Mary Ann has a small horse tack shop a few miles from Teen Quest. And Mary Ann also lost her husband not too long ago. And she lives with her adult daughter. She's really just managing to get by on the little income that she gets from her horse tack shop. And she's really excited to have a group of students come out and to bless her and her daughter. I wanted you to hear those 4 individuals' names. I thought it was extremely important that we begin to think about them by name. We cannot tell you which person or which family your group will be helping until you get here. And I think that's for the best, because our hope is that you can pray for them all with the same passion that you'd be praying for them if you knew they were the one that you were going to be helping. So please pray for them. I cannot stress enough just how much we're asking you and your leaders to build relationships with these folks. You're going to their homes to fix things or to build things or to remove things, depending on the situation. However, you're also going to their homes so that you can talk with them, so that you can pray with them, so that you can keep them company. And this is just as important as the physical work that you're going to be doing when you're down there with them. So get your pen and paper ready, because this is important. This is something else I want you to write down. This is a little, just a tiny challenge that I want you to write down. Here's that challenge. Write this down. I will get to know this person and their family. Okay? I will get to know this person and their family. Anyone can come in here and paint a house or fix problems or clean up, and they can leave without getting involved personally. But we're asking you to take the initiative and to get to know them. If you feel shy, you don't need to sit down and talk with these folks alone. Bring a friend. Bring 2 friends. And if you're having a hard time thinking about things to say, ask questions. I always find myself in situations, I'm totally fine being on stage in front of 300 people, but when I'm one-on-one with somebody, I can get so weird about keeping the conversation going. But I've found if you ask someone questions about themselves, it helps them to feel that they matter. And when you let them talk to you and you let yourself just listen, they know that you care about them as a person. And that goes a really long way. We're also going to be presenting the gospel through skits and through dramas in a lot of different places throughout the week. On Wednesday and on Thursday, we'll be sending out 3 separate teams to different areas in Somerset and surrounding communities. And we'll be performing in nursing homes, children's homes, and maybe even out on the street in some situations. At the end of our performances, we're going to have a speaker present the gospel message, and you'll get the opportunity to share Christ with folks that don't know him as their Lord and Savior. Finally, there's going to be opportunities for some of you to do projects at the Teen Quest Ranch itself. And I want to let you know that as you serve at the ranch, as you clean, as you paint, as you organize, as you fix things, you'll be making it easier for us, full-time Teen Quest missionaries, to continue reaching students for Jesus throughout our year-round camps and our retreats. You'll have the opportunity to continue to make the ranch a place for teens and for preteens to have powerful experiences with Christ. So get your pen and paper ready. This is another challenge for you. I want you to write this one down. Here it is. I will step out of my comfort zone. I will step out of my comfort zone. I want to ask you, are you nervous about sharing Christ with a teenager in a group home? Don't let that opportunity pass you by. We're going to train you so that you're ready. Here's a question. Are you concerned about getting dirty? I don't like getting dirty. Personally, I consider myself a pretty hygienic person. But here's the thing. Think about ways that you're going to be blessing others while you're out there, while you're sweating, while you're getting dirt under your fingernails, while your armpits are beginning to smell. Here's another question. Does it make you feel awkward to talk to someone who you barely know in their own home? You may be here's something to think about. You may be the biggest encouragement that person gets all year long. I really don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that. It reminds me of a time when my wife and I, we were still dating, and some of her friends from her church had the idea to do Christmas carols at a local nursing home. And I did not want to go at all. I didn't have the best attitude about it. And if I was honest, I probably went because my wife was going and I wanted her to think that I was awesome and was all about doing Christmas carols at a nursing home. But I did not want to go. And here's the thing. We got there and we started to sing and we started to go through the hallways, and I saw the residents begin to shuffle out of their rooms as they heard us in the hall singing. And I'll never forget, there was a woman in her mid-90s, and she told all of us with tears in her eyes that we had made her Christmas. That might have been her last Christmas. I don't even know. But she told us that we made her Christmas. Was I nervous? Yes. Was it worth it? It was more than worth it. And I want to encourage you that God wants you to step out of your comfort zone. If you're on the fence about taking this trip, I want you to pray about it tonight. Really seek out the Lord on this. You can't go wrong serving Him. He's going to show you amazing things at Mission Excursion Somerset. You can come out for the trip, or you can stay home. You can impact lives, or you can play Xbox 360. You can make a difference, or you can believe that you can't make a difference. I want to let you guys know God has big plans for you this summer. I hope that you're ready. I hope that you're willing to accept those plans, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Again, we're praying for you. Start praying for these people. Start praying for how God can use you. It's going to be an amazing, amazing time. You don't want to miss it. God bless.